Hannah was a woman who had never had children. She and her husband wanted a baby so badly that she became very unhappy. To make matters worse, heartless women made fun of her. They mocked her for not having a child. Hannah was heartbroken. She wanted most a son, which she did not have. Why not ask God for a son, she thought. He is the only one who could help me. So Hannah went to the temple. She prayed, "Lord, if you will only let me have a baby son, I promise I will dedicate him to you. He shall serve you all his life." Eli, the chief of priests, was watching her as she prayed earnestly. When he heard her story, he kindly spoke to her, "Peace be to you. May God give you what you ask." Hannah went home feeling much happier. Sometime later, God answered her prayer, and she and her husband had a baby son. She called him Samuel. Hannah loved him dearly, but she had not forgotten her promise. As soon as Samuel was old enough to leave home, Hannah took him to the temple. Hannah and her small son walked over to where Eli, the priest, stood. "Do you remember me?" she asked. "This is the boy God gave to us. Now I am giving him back to God." Samuel stayed at the temple, and as he grew, he listened as Eli taught him about God. Samuel was a good boy. He was always eager to be of assistance. He loved caring for the temple. He loved Eli too, and Eli was glad to have Samuel as a faithful helper. Hannah and her husband missed Samuel very much, but they saw him once a year when they visited the temple in Shiloh. Every year, Hannah took Samuel a new coat. She always remembered to make it big enough to allow for him to grow that year. On these visits, Eli would bless Samuel's parents, saying, "May the Lord give you and Hannah more children to take the place of the one she prayed for and gave to the Lord." And God did bless Samuel's parents with 3 more sons and 2 daughters. Hannah was very busy with more children, but she did not forget Samuel, the child she had asked God to give her. Samuel loved his parents, and he loved God too. Before he was born, he had already been dedicated to the Lord's work, and all the days of his life he worked for God.